City Council members. Thank you for your time tonight. My name is Isaac Stark. This is Kyle Lean, Sheldon Dedeker, and Isaiah Kephart. And we are in a POP group together, and we are starting a cattle operation at the high school. We are wanting to start this cattle operation so we can enhance our science and agriculture programs. But in order to move forward with our project, we would need a dispensation from our Article 1, Section 4-3, which is on the back of your handout, which states that you cannot hold farm animals inside the city limits. And we were wanting to have this dispensation for the school's land here.
Which one, son? Says
all of the school's land here.
hay, fence, and cattle, and school hay.
Right here. We want this and this.
Say that again.
We are wanting a dispensation for this area and this area in the city. And now Kyle Dean will explain it further.
Good evening. As Isaac stated, we wanted a dispensation for the, let's see, for the,
Here's north,
yeah,
just like you're at. Here's your school.
Ground and the foundations land. We want the dispensation for foundations land so that way we can go ahead and get started on it and fence it off right here where the pond is and do some work with the school's ground so that way we can expand it over there.
You're all right. You're all right. Go ahead. I understand where you're at. Okay.
And that'd be it, and looking for questions.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Got another lad who wants to speak?
I'm speaking with just a couple of questions right now.
All right. Okay. Cattle and fence, or fence and cattle. They want to
Can I ask a quick question?
yes, you may.
Where's, on the new addition up there, does this black line, does it represent the road maybe by chance?
I think so.
That's the city.
Where's the road from the
That would be the
Yes,
east
that's
edge
where
of the
we
petition.
decided it property on this map.
This is basically the
It's not very updated as schools are there.
Right.
Yeah.
This is the old?
And the marshes is right here.
Is this the old?
Behind that school.
Yeah, I just, I knew this was.
The school is here, that's where we get
Probably 163.
This right here, this is cattle. So this means cattle everywhere.
this line is a fin
This is theirs right here. I mean, it's flood. No, huge.
Yeah.
See, there's actually nursing home right here, so I'm close here. That's probably there.
How far off East Road?
Would this be a fence here, or would you say fence would be all here? So, probably has to be long thirds.
It has to be behind the straw.
Right.
So this is an old,
How many cattle are on our farm?
this is 15 head.
It's really just a matter of them with the permission to have cattle, that's all.
Is the school going to be responsible for the fence?
Yes.
This is
I didn't explain it to them.
All they want is information.
There's like a lot of.
See, this is our city ordinance.
Someone.
It says you can't have it, you can't have it all. This is what they just want to buy.
I don't know what you said.
What's the end result?
We need to have, well, I just want an exemption. Chance, that's what he gets.
Okay, so I mean, it's gonna be an ongoing thing, and not just
Search this, if you got the floor, Chance.
Well, I'm glad you guys showed up, because I was confused, that's exactly what you wanted, but I passed out a proposed ordinance for you guys to review, but I may have gone a little too far. I mean, if you guys want to put them, are you going to have the cattle on any city property at all? Are they going to, is that city property, is that all?
But it's owned by Erie City Foundation.
But it's still
But
within
it's
the
in
city
the
limits.
within the city
Yeah,
limits.
it's yes,
Okay,
yes,
then this ordinance will be fine, I think. I mean, the proposed ordinance, guys, you can take a look at. I mean, it amends section 4.3. I've added 3 more sections onto it there to allow for that.
But this is just for them, right?
It's
Go with this, council. No hogs.
Definitely no hogs. Definitely no hogs.
We weren't even.
Looking at homes.
No hogs, period.
No
They
hogs.
create one of them concrete.
You guys are just talking about cattle, right?
Yes, sir.
We need to have this,
possibly what?
Chickens.
Plus it has a chicken, yeah.
please understand, cattle only,
Yes, yes, sir.
and a certain number of head. How many are you proposing? 15,
12 to 15.
12 to 15.
How many acres is that you're going to have?
Look right there, Larry.
I'd say it's close to 20 to 25 acres. I'm not positive on the acreage there, where the fence is gonna be.
What's your plan, boys? What's your plan? I know you want cattle on here, but what's your plan? 25 acres won't run 15 cattle.
Well, that's where the hay operation will come into. We'll be able to keep them cattle fed, keep them, have food for them and take care of them. And then as far as having them, we will have them to expand our science classes and the FFA chapter, the students in the FFA chapter on our beef judging. It's going to help our beef judging a lot by actually
Yes.
being able to examine cattle and judge them.
Another thing, Don Coover also suggested that he may teach us on genetics.
Testing for simple viruses and stuff like BVD and other.
So they're gonna be there all summer too?
Yes, sir.
So how do you guys do that this summer?
We'll be out here every day, just about, should be. One of us will be out here every day.
That's just half of that, Daryl.
Do what now?
Well, that would just be half of that, because they drew a line there that wasn't there for the original plot. That would include that whole piece,
And they're talking
Yes.
half of that.
which would be the nursing home.
Yes,
and
Where
everything.
it's up
Yes.
here, 25.
Yes.
So that,
The acreage was actually for the whole thing, but then there was the lots to the west of that.
You know, I'm fine with that, but boys, you gotta feed them.
Right, and we can reduce the number too. We
And what
won't put as
are
many in there.
cattle meaning? That's a broad spectrum. What do you want for cattle?
There'll be,
Beef cattle?
Beef
yes,
cattle,
yes,
yes.
sir. There'll be beef cattle.
Okay. Comment on this? I don't want you kids to get into something you can't handle, but 25 acres for 15 cattle is too much.
Yes, sir.
A little bit on that, you know, what we're trying to do is for that entire plot, and kind of what we want to do with it could be to change a little bit as far as what they have mapped out for hay and what they have mapped out for pasture. There are certain speculations, like on the foundation ground, that we can't put a permanent structure on that area, and so, you know, any permanent structure that we would construct would have to be on the school's ground, and so we might have to change that around just a little bit. Going back to your question about summertime, being the FFA sponsor, I'm under an extended contract, and so that would fall under my extended contract as well, to be out there and helping out with that. This is something that I would really like to see happen. I have had the privilege of getting an animal science class added this year, and it would really expand that class. It's a class that they added to me a little bit late, and right now I have a total of 5 students in that. It's probably one of my areas of expertise, and so I would like to see that class grow and expand, and something like this would really help that out.
I'm all for.
What about runoff? Any problem with that?
There should not be any problem with the runoff. That I can see happening, there should not be any problems at all.
One thing about it, with this being an annual renewal, if you see problems, you can always.
Yes, they can be
amend or
adjusted.
whatever, you know, you don't want to just give them nothing and then find out later that that's not going to work. But at least you give them a year, try it.
I'm
Larry?
for it. Sounds good to me.
I think it's a good deal. I'm glad you kids are doing something like this, because this is an agricultural and a farming community, and I'm glad you're doing it. And I think it'll do you a lot of good, and Steph, and what's your name?
Jim Gilpin.
Jim Gilpin. I'm glad you're all taking a part of this, and encourage these kids. Encourage them. I'll have to go to the council. Their approval. Need a motion to accept these kids' approval here to run these cattle on.
Well, I would make the motion that we approve this ordinance for the mayor to sign and give it a try for a year.
Motion made by Larry Whiter, second by Jim Dyson, to amend this ordinance for cattle to run on this property. I guess you have the legal description, Cindy, somewhere. And any other discussion, council?
Yeah, the legal description, anybody?
Gotta have something, kid.
I know.
It's not very around.
If we need to.
Second, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
So be it. Thanks, kids. And I'm glad you're doing it. I think that's a good deal.
That's just a pension.
All right, thanks, guys.
That would do it.
I think that'll make it be.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
You guys having problems, come back and talk to us.
All you gotta do, fellas, we're here. There were second and fourth.
Learn a lot, buddy. You bet.
All you gotta do is come back if you got problems.
Isaiah,
Fair enough?
Good
We'll
job.
take care of it.
You done real good. Thank you.
Good job.
Okay, you know, we're doing real good. Thank you very much.
Wow. Okay.
I'll drop something.
Very much. Isaac, take care of it.
Ordinance.
Thank you.